So imagine living your life with no memory of who you are. Well, that is the premise of a thrilling new drama on Apple TV with Gugu Mbatha-Raw in the lead role. But the British actress is not just the star. She's also the executive producer in casting, marketing, even helped to shape her character's backstory. So our Linsey Davis is back with a sit-down interview with the actress, finding several seats at the table.
What attracted you to Sophie in Surface?
Oh, wow. Well, the script was amazing.
Take me back. Where were you before? And before that?
You jumped.
And before that?
Veronica West, our showrunner, has written this really complex, twisty psychological thriller. The first time I read it, it was such a page-turner. I was drawn in right away.
Sophie.
I'm sorry, do I know you?
Yeah.
It was a combination, really, of the strength of the material, this fascinating character who's lost her memory and lives in this luxurious world of San Francisco, and then the people behind it.
And wanted to kind of touch on that because in some ways her lifestyle might seem not so accessible to the typical person, the typical human experience, but at the same time, we're all really on this journey of self-discovery and who we are. What are you hoping that viewers take away from this?
Well, exactly. I think that's the interesting thing about the look of the show is it's glamorous, the world is luxurious, but there's something off under the surface, if you pardon the pun, but there really is. That was one of the interesting themes about the show as well. Even though people seemingly present one thing, we're also multifaceted underneath, and I think everybody has secrets.
Do you know what it feels like to not remember anything? It's like I've woken up in someone else's life.
I've never acted aside from like middle school plays, but I would imagine that when you're preparing for a role and you very concretely are aware of the character, right? But how do you prepare for a role like Sophie, who has amnesia because she thinks she tried to commit suicide and now is really trying to find herself? It seems extremely complex.
At the beginning of the show, she almost starts out with this childlike soaking in of the whole world around her. Instead of doing my normal things of creating a character.
This way goes over the bridge. I can't go over the water.
I was creating Sophie on screen as she was discovering about herself.
Let me out of the car!
Obviously, I knew where the script was going, and I was very much part of the pre-production process as an executive producer. But in the acting of it, it was quite liberating.
Being the executive producer here, you've done so much from the beginning to the end of it, right? What was that like to have a stake in it all?
It was incredible, I have to say, and I have to really credit Hello Sunshine and Reese Witherspoon and the producers at that company for really walking the talk in terms of empowering women in the industry and inviting me to be an executive producer, to be a part of the pitch to Apple, to be a part of the writer's room. This really gave me a new sense of ownership of the project itself, the tone and the DNA of the show. It was a really special learning curve.
You've talked before about the importance of having representation, not just in front of the screen, but behind the camera as well. We all heard a lot during 2020 with regard to COVID and then George Floyd about how the industry was going to change and it was going to shift. Have you felt that? I mean, we've already seen you add producer credits and executive producer credits to your name. So are we seeing that example of change just through you?
Well, you said it yourself. I mean, I hope so. I certainly, you know, I can't speak for the industry at large, but I can speak for my own personal experience. So obviously, there's still a lot of work to do in the industry at large, but I feel like for me and my personal journey, and obviously you have to start with you, don't you, to create change.
Which muscles do you like to flex the most? I mean, because it seems like you can do it all, or you're learning how to do what you don't yet know. And so is there a particular role that you really love?
I love acting. I mean, I'm a performer at heart, and I love complex, nuanced characters, which is why Surface, to me, and Sophie was such an incredibly challenging and satisfying role.
Everyone keeps telling me who they think I am.
to fresh starts.
But if my life was so perfect, why did I try to end it?
I think I'll always act, I hope. I mean, there's roles that I would love to play, so I feel like I'm growing into that role, hopefully in the future.
And even before you were a teenager, it sounds like as a little girl, you loved dancing and acting, and this was something that your mom eagerly embraced. Are you taking this way beyond what she or you even ever thought where this would go?
Oh my goodness, absolutely. If you had told the sort of 8-year-old self of me that was dancing and singing in musical theatre in my hometown that I would be executive producer of a TV show and, you know, all the incredible experiences that I've had along the way and the adventures and the travel that I've got to do with this job, it's mind-blowing, really. I'm so fortunate and grateful for the journey.
I guess I would lastly just say, for anyone who hasn't seen the trailer just yet, how would you describe or define Surface?
Oh, well, Surface is a very twisty psychological thriller. It's in a glamorous, luxurious world of San Francisco, and it's a noir mystery, essentially, set in the present day. Full of twists and turns, the characters are complex, and it's a very juicy, glamorous ride.
Sophie, it's time to move forward.
But I need to know what really happened.
We do know.
No, we think we know, based on what we think happened.
Wow. All right, Linsey Davis, thank you so much. And you can stream the first 4 episodes of season 1 of Surface right now on Apple TV+. New episodes come out every Friday.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.